Hello.
There we go. We got it.
Yay, finally.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, guys. Since we didn't get to go live on my page for Rockland Revolution, I'm your host, Rick Phoenix, guys. I am super honored to have you on your page on my show.
Yes, thank
So,
you. Thank you for having me.
thank you, Scarlet Deville. Is it Scarlet Deville? Deville? How do you say it?
Scarlet Deville.
Deville.
Like the cat.
Just for people out there that don't know who you are, let us know a little bit about was you. Was the name your born-given name, or did they give you this name, or how did that go?
So my actual name is Elizabeth. Not a lot of people know that, but Scarlet Deville was created when I kind of fell into modeling. I didn't go out and search to be a pinup model or do any of this. It kind of just happened. Backstory about me. How I got into modeling was I used to be over 400 pounds, and I went through a huge weight loss transformation and did a photo shoot, and everyone's like, wow, you're really pretty, you should model. And I was like, yeah, and then okay, whatever. I started posting on social media, and people started reaching out to me, and I was like, oh, I should probably come up with a name. So Scarlet Deville red is my favorite color, and I love Cadillacs, so I just put them all together, and Scarlet Deville was born.
And that's definitely, I love the pinup look and everything. How long have you been doing modeling?
So I've been doing it for almost 5 years. It kind of, like I said, I kind of just fell into it. It wasn't something that I was just like, oh, I want to be famous, I want to be a model, I want to do all that. I just kind of did it for me as part of my self-discovery journey, celebrating my weight loss, finally being able to dress how I've always wanted to, but I could never fit into the clothes or do it. Tokyo Rose Pinup, she's the one who I shoot most with. She's one of my best friends, actually.
Shout out to her.
During COVID, she's like, let's do a boudoir shoot with toilet paper. And I was like, oh my God, are you serious? No one's going to want to see me in my underwear. Well, I was...
Go. How did that do? Did it go over well? I mean, the idea of doing that?
People loved it. So during the whole toilet paper shortage, she built a big toilet paper chandelier, and I was just covered in toilet paper and in lingerie, and that was the first time I kind of posted scandalous pictures, and then I was like, wow. I had a lot of girls that started reaching out to me and were like, I'm a curvy girl, I never thought I could do that, but seeing your pictures made me want to try for myself, and how to get into it, and then it kind of I still do classic pinup. I love doing classic pinup, that's how I'll always be, but I've swayed more into lingerie and boudoir because it's more empowering to me, because I can celebrate all my hard work and empower other girls who are a little bit curvier, who've always wanted to do it, but felt a little self-conscious about it. So that's
I would imagine that's pretty inspiring for someone that maybe wants to, go into the business, I guess. Is there anything that you're going to be doing soon, any projects? Do you do music videos? Are you in some kind of music videos?
That's something I haven't gotten into yet. All this stuff that I do is through my networking and social media and meeting people and going to events and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I haven't done music videos yet, but who knows? Anything's possible.
Maybe
that could be a future for me. Next week, actually a week from today, I will be heading to Las Vegas for Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekend. I'm so excited. I get to see a lot of my friends, but I'm also going to be doing a lot of photo shoots out there, and then this will be the first time I'm actually walking in the fashion show, so I'm excited for that.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've been going to Viva Las Vegas for a couple of years now. I have a whole Viva family, and there's over 100 of us now, and we all meet up, we do stuff, and it's a lot of fun.
So where do you call home? Where's
yes, so home is, I say Chicago, but I'm really in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, so I'm about 45 minutes from downtown Chicago. But I travel all over for my modeling, so I've done stuff in Wisconsin, Iowa, like obviously Las Vegas, California. Recently I was in Texas, so I kind of go where the people want me
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah. We're from deep down South Texas, like literally like where South Padre Island is, like
Oh
maybe
wow.
about
Yeah, I
5 hours
was in
away.
Austin about a
Oh,
month
that
ago.
is so
Yeah.
cool. I would definitely I could see you in a music video. Even like a rockabilly type video. What kind of music do you listen to?
So I grew up with the oldies, so the classic Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Frank Sinatra, all that, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then I went through like a punk rock phase, kind of in high school, and then kind of heavy metal, and now it's like back to my rockabilly roots. So, but I listen to a little bit of everything, like
Yeah.
what a lot of people don't know, when I'm getting ready to do shoots and stuff like that, I always have some kind of music playing to set the mood and the tone, so it kind of helps me get into, I guess, character, you
Yeah.
would say. So every shoot that I do kind of has a different playlist, or like when I'm driving to the shoot, I'm just like hyping myself up and getting pumped.
Yeah. Yeah.
To kind of get into that mindset, because I don't wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a supermodel today and fabulous,
Yeah.
like I kind of got to get into that creative headspace, because every shoot that I do is a little bit different. So I try to set the tone with music. So music's always been a big part of who I am personally and my
I think
modeling
without
career.
music, man, where would we
Life would
be
be
without music?
boring and
Definitely.
terrible.
It has a part in our lives, no matter what.
Sure.
Man, uh, I play music, of course. You can probably see that I have guitars
No,
all
I
over.
had no idea.
You should do one. You should actually do something with a guitar. How about
Yeah.
like a I don't know. I don't know what kind of guitar
Well,
I want,
it's
but
funny because I have a friend, he's like an Elvis Beatles impersonator, and his bass player. I have stickers that I've made for myself and my pinup stuff, and he has my little pinup girl sticker on his
yeah,
bass guitar. So whenever they're in town, he's
yeah.
playing his guitar, and I always try to take a picture with his guitar with my little sticker
Do you
on
have
it.
merch? Cool. So you have like
I'm
merch
working
and stuff?
on more merch right now I have stickers. Every year I come out with something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I've done like a hardcover coffee table book with all like boudoir stuff that I've done. I've done calendars, stickers. I have 2 different stickers. Actually, I have them. So I'm bringing them to Vegas with me. So this is the original one
Yeah.
that I started with, and then this is the newest one with my lingerie kind of stuff. But I'm also in the process of working on t-shirts, because everyone's like, we want more merch from you. What about t-shirts, air fresheners? So I have a prototype for a t-shirt
Cool.
that
Cool. I want a T-shirt.
yeah,
I want
that
one.
I'm gonna bring to
I'll support
Vegas. I wore it the other day actually when I was out, because I was like, oh, let's take this for a test run, see how people like it. I went to
Yeah.
this like punk rock barbecue place and people went crazy, and now I'm like, okay, we need to get something a little bit different. So I'm always trying to do something different, unique, something that not everyone's doing. So t-shirts and hats are probably coming soon.
Very cool. So anybody out there, if you're just joining us right now, we got Scarlet Deville, pinup model. Definitely, pleasure having you on the show. But yeah, if anybody's just watching, we will have this up at Rockland Revolution, edited and a lot better. So you guys make sure to like our page as well, Rockland Revolution. We got tons of artists that come through and everything. So. But we're talking with you right now. Are there any other plans for 2023? How about would you ever do acting?
So I've actually had a couple people who've reached out to me, especially with my boudoir look or work. A lot of people love when I do video because they love my voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I've actually had companies reach out to me like, while I'm shooting a boudoir shoot, they're like, well, would you ever consider reading like erotica as you're shooting and like doing that and incorporating that? And I was like, that could be something fun and different.
Yeah.
I've had people who've asked me to be part of like their shows that they're thinking of doing. Like I'm super big into supernatural and ghosts and haunted stuff. So I have some friends that are into that and want me to be a part of that. I think what makes me different from a lot of models or pinup models out there is that I try to really stay true to myself. So if it's not something that interests me or something that I agree with, then I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Like when I shoot in my own wardrobe. So like stuff that I wear every single day, I shoot in that because I want it to be authentically me. Also because I know any girl who knows or has done a shoot, like you can borrow stuff, but I really want when I shoot things to be authentically me. People come to me for collaborations or projects or things like that. I make sure it's something that aligns with me and like what I like. So who knows? You might see me on a ghost hunting show or something.
That would be.
You never know.
Cool. That would be awesome. Hey, speak it into existence, right? Like what is it?
Exactly.
Manifest.
Exactly.
If anybody's watching out there, hey, get her on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think you would be cool in like a Rob Zombie movie.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Would love that. I love Rob Zombie. I've always loved his music, his style, everything like that. I mean, and like a lot of my style comes from kind of old Hollywood glamour to like rockabilly, rock and roll, but like I really idolize like Vita Von Teese. She's like one of she's like my girl crush. If I was to have a girl crush, it would be her. I've met her a couple of times.
My wife's gonna kick my butt.
I love Rob Zombie. I love his stuff and everything like that. But I'm a little squeamish when it comes to like guts and gore. So
where can people, if they want to book you, maybe for a shoot, maybe a movie, maybe a music video, where could they reach you? So most of my booking and everything I do through my social media pages. So obviously via Facebook, you can always message me there. But also on Instagram. So my Instagram is at Scarlet Deville Pinup. That's where a lot of my networking has gone through. I'm also on Model Mayhem under the same name. They can reach me by email. So all of them have my contact information, but mainly through social media, just because it's easier to network and do things that way, because then I can cross promote. What has been one of your favorite concerts, or that you've gone to? I mean, I'm a big Social Distortion fan, so anytime they're in town, I always love to go to their shows. Also, I love Hillbilly Casino. Like, those guys are awesome. I've become, kind of friends with them, so anytime they're in town, I always go to check them out. But yeah, I've grown up on Social Distortion, so anytime Rancid, Flock and Molly, all that. Yeah. So anytime they come in, I'm usually there. What do you do besides modeling? Is there anything else? What do you do on your free time? What do you like to do? A lot of people who've been following me for a while know that I love to cook and bake. Cool. So baking is my real passion. So I'm always feeding friends and family and coworkers. I just love to bake. It's like my therapy. So like when I'm stressed or I'm feeling happy or excited, I love to make things. I love being creative. So the modeling is kind of a way for me to express the other side of me and like the more glamorous side of me, I guess. Yeah. But then baking is where I can really like give them my soul and everything like that. That's like my love language and everything. So if I like you, I'm gonna bake for you. Melissa. Every photographer that I work with always gets spoiled with like cookies or sweet treats. So okay, we got several people posting. Somebody says you make the best spare rib. Yes. And I do love making braised short ribs. I actually shared my recipe. Cookies. Yeah. You're saying cookies. Yeah, cookies. I have a signature lemon white chocolate macadamia nut cookie that will go to the grave with me. That no one will ever have that recipe. I'm trying to catch up with all the. Just love you, Scarlett. Can't wait to see you next week, April. Hi, April. We got several people on. She's one of my Viva family friends. So I met her last year, actually. So she's one of my people that I'm going to be meeting up with next week. Nice meeting you. Hi, everybody. Yeah.
yeah, she's just a really cool friend that I met last year. We clicked, and I'm excited to hang out with her and her yes, husband. Whenever I go to California to see my friends, the first stop they do after they pick me up from the airport is take me to the grocery store. So I can cook for them. They let me stay with them, and I cook them meals and baked goods all week long.
Well, that seems like a fair deal.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I was there, they had a seafood boil, braised short ribs, like cookies. Yeah, I do it all. Like anything cooking related. I love it.
Me, like I'm actually I love to eat. I
Me
love
too.
food. My wife cooks amazing, and but lately we've been doing like a fasting.
Oh,
So that's
wow.
killing me. Like right now, you're talking about food. Everybody's talking about food, and I'm getting super hungry right now. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I can't eat anything after 7 p.m. all the way to 11 p.m. the next day.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah,
That's hard. I think one of the biggest things that I learned through my weight loss journey was to have a cheat day.
Okay.
So, I mean, and I would plan those cheat days out like a week in advance.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, 6 days a week I'm at the gym, 2 hours a day working out, and Sunday's my cheat day, and I'm gonna eat all the cheesecake, ice cream, whatever.
Oh, cheesecake. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I make a really good caramel apple cheesecake. That's pretty sinful.
Okay.
Sorry, don't mean to make you drool.
I know, right? Okay, I'm trying to read. I'm trying to keep up with Hope to See You Photo Fest this year. Amber.
Yeah, so Photo Fest is an event. It's a local event. They usually do two a year, and basically it's free for models and photographers. A bunch of people bring their motorcycles, their classic cars,
cool.
And then a bunch of models show up and photographers, and we shoot and everything. So I've been doing that for the last
What's your favorite oldie car? Like an oldie?
I mean, I love any old Cadillac.
Yeah.
Anything like pre-70s. I like the big boat cars. Like,
yeah.
But I also, like, as much as I love the pretty pristine cars, like, I appreciate all the work and love that goes into it. But, like, you show me, like, a dirty, nasty rat rod that's all, like, ratted out, I'm just like, you stole my heart.
Yeah.
I love it because it's different, and you see how much of the person that is building it goes into it, and it's artistic. So, I love dirty rat rods. I'm a sucker for rusty old cars.
They're asking, can we still get your coffee table book?
So I do have a couple copies left. Smitty, I will bring you one in Vegas.
Pretty much. What would you tell somebody that's inspiring to be a pinup model? You know, like somebody that's kind of going down the same road you kind of did, and is kind of like maybe afraid to take that.
That's a really good question. I would say just be yourself. Like, always know that there's going to be photographers that push your limits, that want more than just taking your pictures. Don't ever do anything that you're not comfortable with. Yeah. Even though you think the photographer has the power, it's really you. So if you're ever in a situation that you feel uncomfortable, you just don't have an easy feeling about it, it's okay to say no, to walk away. I've done that a bunch of times. And definitely do your research, because there's a lot of weirdos with cameras out there that claim they are photographers, but that being said, there are a lot of really cool people that I've met over the years that were at car shows and events that have asked me, hey, will you pose with my car, or can I take pictures with you? It's just all about how you feel, and especially when you first start shooting, if you don't really know the photographer or where you're going, bring someone with you. Like in the past, I would bring a friend or let them know the location. Like, just always make sure you're safe. And, if it hurts, it probably looks really good. Like, I always joke, like,
yeah,
when I know I have a really good shoot, when the next day I'm like, oh God, my back hurts. Or like, because you're stretching and you're posing and you're kind of doing yoga and trying to make authentically yourself. And don't be afraid to push yourself. And if you're not sure if people are gonna like it, at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter if you like it, it makes you feel good, then that's how you should do it. That's how my career has been. I've done a lot of things that people have loved and things that people that didn't like, but I loved it because it was a part of me that I got to express. So
Yeah,
just be
definitely
you.
great advice. Great advice for anybody aspiring to be. Is there anything else you'd like to let the audience know? I know you're going to Vegas next
I'm
week.
just excited to go to Vegas. A lot of people are asking me what other car shows and events I'm going to. I know I will be at Simcoe this year. That's one of my favorite car shows in the Midwest. It's in Wisconsin. It usually takes place in August. It's one of my favorite events. I'm always going to be there. Probably Photo Fest. I'm looking at other events and stuff like that. It's hard because I'm one person and I like to make people happy, so I try to spread myself out, but I do have a regular job and everything like that. So I know for sure I'll be at those two events, Vegas, and I'm shooting or I'm with friends. Like, come up and say hi to me. I've had a lot of people like, "Oh, I saw you at the event, but I didn't want to interrupt you." And one of the things I like to pride myself on is like being approachable. And I feel like there are a lot of models out there that come off as unapproachable and like, "Why are you talking to me?" or "I'm too good for you." And that's something that I've never understood, because as a model, you need people to like you. Because then that means more people want to work with you and everything like that. I'm always appreciative when people come up to me, when people message me. Like, I have a lot of personal conversations with people who have been following me for a long time, and that's how I've met a lot of good friends and things like that. When I was in Austin, like, two of the places that I shot at were people that I met through social media and have been following. So whenever I shoot and do stuff, like, I like to shoot with people's cars or like places that are personal to them, because it's like my way of showing appreciation. Like, thank you for supporting me, thank you for following me. I want to get your place published and I want to get your name or your car or anything out there. So so even if you see me with my friends, my boyfriend, whatever, like, it's okay to come up to me. We can take selfies, we can do all that, and I love connecting with all of you. I'm very grateful for that. So I never thought this would be a thing, and thank you for following me and wanting to get to know me a little bit better.
Yeah. So somebody said you have great ink. How many tattoos do you have?
A lot.
A lot.
So this is actually, I don't know if you can see it, that's my pinup girl logo.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then I have, oh my gosh, this is a little awkward. This is my baking one, because I love to bake. Some more baking stuff. And then on this arm, this is actually a cover-up piece.
Oh,
this used to be
cool.
Yeah. It used to be a giant lotus with an Om symbol. Because I went through a Tibetan Buddhist phase, and then I was like, I want something that's really rockabilly, really about the music. I love that old school traditional style, and so then I was like, let's do a big freaking microphone.
Yeah.
And then I have my little nerdy Star Wars Boba Fett.
Cool.
And then I have Day of Dead Girl, so I will probably be getting a lot more in the future.
I mean, what do you recommend? I don't have a single tattoo yet. What? I have piercings. I got everybody's always like, what? You have piercings? I have my nose, I have this, I have my
So I had a ton of piercings before I got tattoos.
Yeah. But I want to get my left arm, the whole sleeve. So what do you recommend? Where should I start? From the wrist? A lot of people tell me start from up here and then go down.
I did it kind of backwards. I started at my wrist, so like my first tattoo were my stars on my wrist here.
Okay.
And then I was hooked. Like, funny story, when I was growing up, like, my family, I was obsessed with tattoos. I told my parents, like, I'm always going to be covered in tattoos. Like, don't get mad when I turn 18. And they're like, yeah, it's a phase. You'll grow out of it. And then I got those. And then I've just been kind of working my way up since then.
Yeah, well, it looks cool. I love it. I love the look. It goes with you.
Thank you.
But okay, so I do have a question. I'm trying to figure how to ask it, but it's not anything bad or anything. But
I'm an open book. You can
you
ask me anything.
well, usually I ask because usually the guests that come on here are musicians.
Yeah.
Now, I guess I could put it. What is your favorite moment you remember by doing, you know, by modeling, maybe a photo shoot, maybe a, I don't know if you're doing like runaway stuff or
I
anything
will
like
be
that.
next week.
Yeah. But is there a particular moment that you totally remember that was your best moment, and then I want to know your worst moment.
Ooh, that's a good question. I would have to say my proudest moment with my modeling stuff, when I really felt like I made it, was a couple years ago. One of my pictures was published in Car Culture Deluxe magazine, and like other girls were getting like Cosmo and that, and I'm buying Hot Rod magazine. So like this is a magazine that I grew up like reading, falling in love with, and I was like, oh, I'll just submit one of my pictures, no big deal. And then like I didn't hear anything. I was like, oh, it's okay, whatever. And then like randomly 6 months later, they're like, and so to have one of my pictures in their magazine is like huge for me. And then I think when I got my first magazine cover, I was just like, holy crap, like this is a real thing, like
That's
I'm
awesome.
doing it. Like this is something that I've always dreamed of doing, but never thought it would be a reality.
Yeah,
So,
and what would be your worst?
My worst moment would probably be one of my first, probably my first or second photo shoot that I did. It was at Vegas actually. I didn't really do my research about this photographer, and I showed up for a shoot, and he was blackout, like wasted, and like there was just like pretty much naked girls everywhere. Like he was getting stoned and drunk, and like it was just a very awkward situation. But actually, one of the models that I looked up to the most, her name is Ruby Rock. She's a plus size pinup model. She actually ended up showing up later in that shoot and like directing me through it. So like to have one-on-one time with like this big international Canadian pinup that I've admired made that crazy weird situation like a million times better. So it was like good and bad.
Yeah, but you still went through it.
Because so when I first started, like I had no idea like what I was gonna do with it. So I was like kind of scared to have my own voice, and I was like, oh no, if I don't feel comfortable, like, and I tell him no or walk off the shoot, like this could ruin everything for me, and like I had no idea. So like over the years, I've learned I have the power over the photographer, and I've walked off shoots before. I've turned down photographers. I've turned down opportunities just because the vibe didn't feel good. So yeah, it was good and bad, but at the time I was so fresh and so new, I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
Yeah. Well, you've learned.
I
mean, you're obviously doing something right because you've got about what 12K just here on
so
on
I have like
Facebook.
12K on Facebook, and then I have another 13K on Instagram. And I don't buy my followers. I don't believe in that. Like, so everything, all the followers that I have been organic. So like when people are like, I have to buy followers to do it, like you just have to be consistent. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to keep doing it. I think another big triumph for me was last year. I was in the Maxim CoverGirl contest, and I made it all the way to the semifinals.
I remember that. I remember that.
You can do it without spending tons of money. Like, of course I spend lots of money on wardrobe and stuff for shoots, but that's part of the job. But all my followers, everything is organic. It's all been me. I don't have a manager. I don't do any of that. So any bookings I do or anything, like, you're talking to me. It's not some robot or someone answering. So
there you go, guys. There you go. To Las Vegas. I've never been to Vegas, by the way. Like I've always wanted to go, and I have so much that I still want to do. And as a musician, I should have already like traveled like a lot of places.
Yeah.
But things happen for a reason and everything. But I know for a fact that I'm getting ready for my music, and I hope to actually get out there at some point to Vegas, to California, and to New York and all that stuff. So, but I'm super proud of you. I'm so glad that we got to speak tonight, and hopefully, down the road we get to do this in our radio station or an actual in person one day.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So definitely a pleasure, and I do apologize to the audience out here for not being able to do it on mine, but I will get this uploaded to our YouTube on Rockland Revolution. So you guys make sure to go check out our all our interviews on there and our stuff. I'm still kind of brand new still, but definitely earning our following as well. So yeah, I love what you said tonight, and definitely, hopefully, somebody out there checks this out and says, you know what, I want to be like Scarlet Deville.
I appreciate you having me. This is awesome. Thank you for the opportunity. It's great to do an interview where I can, be face to face and people can see me instead of just hearing me. So thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it.
Make sure to like Scarlet Deville. If you're from my page, go like her stuff. If you're from her page, come like
vice versa. Go like your stuff.
Help each other out. So, all right. And if anybody, if you have a band, anytime, anybody out there, just reaching out to the public here, if that you want, us to check out, well, let us know, and we will get you guys on the show. And definitely, if you ever have any of your friends that are in the business as well, and want to talk about about that, or maybe you bring them on and we all go on together.
Yeah,
so,
that would be.
I want to bring my wife on next time, so she can be here with it, because I did a shoot with her. I'll have to send you some pictures that I took, and she looks beautiful as pinup also. Yes. So that's why I wanted to do this.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. Make sure to like Rockland Revolution on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Thank you so much for being on the show, Scarlett, and we will see you guys on the next one. Rock on.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. See you guys in Vegas next week. I can't wait, and we'll talk soon.